Hey guys, this is the Jose Show. Happy Tuesday. I hope that everyone is enjoying their lovely day. But anyways, let's get into the hot topics. Now let's talk about Beyonce. So Beyonce stands alone on the diamond and platinum throne in the music industry. The Recording Industry Association of America announced Tuesday she has the most certified titles for any female artist ever. Alright, so credit Queen Bee's latest Cowboy Carter for helping push her over the edge with 103 total certifications. The album is platinum. Its lead single Texas Hold'em is double platinum and 16 carriages is also gold. So her 2008 I Am Sasha Fierce and Smash's Single Ladies and Halo are a cut above diamond with 11 times a piece on top of dozens of other certifications from all her solo albums, including 2013's self-titled LP and Lemonade, on top of new plaques from classic singles such as Best Thing I Never Had, Sorry, and Run the World Girls. Okay, so she just won her first Billboard Country Music Award last week and is coming in hot for the 2025 Grammy Awards with the most nominated album by a female artist. Alright, so this is really amazing that Beyonce is the most certified female artist ever, because she deserves it, because she has been making hits, she has been breaking records through thick and thin, and I am definitely impressed for all of that. I think that Beyonce is like a huge good example for all black women out there, because, you know, all these black women out there, they have been dying to be, record-breaking artists. They have been dying to be hit toppers, just like Beyonce, for example. And now these black women can look up to Beyonce now that Beyonce is, the most certified female artist ever. And also she has been breaking records here and there and topping the charts and this and that. And I believe that since Beyonce has been doing all of this, by the way, let's just say that Beyonce is already on her track to be one of the icons of the decade or one of the icons of the century. Because here's the thing, an icon can do all of the things that Beyonce has been doing. I mean, come on now. And then later on, she's going to be joining the level of Mariah Carey. She's going to be joining the level of Madonna, of Chaka Khan, you name it, because of how iconic she is becoming to be. And I mean, she has been in the entertainment industry for 27 years now. So, I mean, that's already explaining as to why Beyonce is already the most certified female artist ever. I mean, come on now. And let's also remember too that she, by the way, has been with a really good record label. I mean, she's been with Columbia Records for so many years now, which, by the way, have been promoting her music so well. I mean, they promoted her so well with I Am Sasha Fierce, with Lemonade, with Renaissance, and especially with Cowboy Carter, especially, which is the reason to why with all of these albums, she's been having so many hits. I mean, I don't think that there will ever be a record label like Columbia Records that really does know how to promote you well. I mean, honestly, and what's even more impressive, by the way, is that Beyonce, she is 27 years into her own career and she's already still topping the charts. Because usually when an artist is like almost 3 decades into their own career, they do not top the charts anymore and they lose their relevancy. But with Beyonce, it's a whole different story because she's associated with the really good record label that has been doing her justice for so many years. I mean, Texas Hold'em, for example, got to top the charts this year at number 1. Of course, Cowboy Carter got to top the charts at number 1 in the Billboard 200 charts. And let's also remember that Break My Soul topped the charts back in 2022. Let's also remember that Renaissance got to top the charts in the Billboard 200 charts at number 1. And let's also remember that she got to top the charts with Lemonade back in 2016, and Formation was a top 10 hit back in 2016. So, I mean, there is definitely proof that Beyonce has the force, she has the strength as a black female artist, and also because of all of these things, let's remember that she is also the most highly popular artist of the 21st century according to Billboard. So there's also that. So congratulations to Beyonce on this huge achievement for being the artist with the most certifications. All right, now on to the next topic. Now let's talk about Cardi B. Okay, so Cardi B is sharing some insight into her relationship with her estranged husband, Offset. So The Up rapper took to social media to tell fans where she and the Migos member stand after the pair were spotted at the club together for Offset's 33rd birthday party in Miami. And she got to say this: "We've been peaceful for over a week, so we like the energy," she said December 14 on a live X Spaces audio broadcast recorded by the Jasmine brand. "We ain't beefing, we ain't really speaking, so I think we're getting to a point that is we're really healthy co-parenting." So Cardi also addressed an alleged leaked text message that hit social media recently, which found Offset looking to rekindle the flame with his estranged wife, calling the text old. Cardi told fans she has no interest in getting back with her ex. Okay, so anyways, she got to say shit is old, it's not on purpose. She said in the X Spaces broadcast, "I will never get back with this. You know what? I don't bother you. You don't bother me. You heard I'm with you know what? Don't bother me. I hear you with the bitch. I don't bother you, so we been on good terms." All right. So anyways, adding that she's been really happy as of late. The 32-year-old who shares kids culture 6, Wave 3, and a 3-month-old baby girl with her ex also looked back on the turbulence the former couple had been experiencing following news that she filed for divorce from Offset in August. Okay, so she got to say for the past 3 months, it's been drama, it's been arguing, it's been craziness, Cardi shared, but this week it's been like 8 days that it's been no drama, it's no BS. It's getting to a point where everybody's moving on healthy. All right, so this is really insane. I believe that Cardi B is speaking it like it is. But you know what? I think that Cardi B is better off on her own, because she should not be getting into any more fights, because it's very unhealthy for her, and it's very unhealthy for her child and for her other child as well. Because fighting only brings in a bunch of toxicity, it only brings a bunch of drama, and it's no good at all. Okay, and it's very funny though how now it's been over a week that her and Offset have not been fighting, because that's really not a long time right there. I can already imagine that maybe by tomorrow or the day after they're going to be fighting again, just knowing how much of violent and crazy they are. Like, really, I feel like these two cannot live without fighting, because these two, I believe, fight way more than actually behave like mature adults, if you notice. And it's so ridiculous, because I mean, they're already in their 30s, they're already parents. This ain't no time to be fighting like freaking 5-year-olds. And also, let's be honest, the more that they're going to be fighting, the more that they're going to be, you know, clowning each other out with stupidity, and the more that they're going to be giving a horrible example to their kids. And then God forbid that these kids in the future are going to end up just like their parents, and it's going to be bad. You know, so I would be setting a really good example if I were Cardi B and Offset. I would be setting a really good example. And also, Cardi girl, if you are planning on seeing another man, then I believe that you should not think about it at all, because chances are you're going to have the same drama with that other man, because I believe that you're just going to get all dramatic and all feisty with that man, and it's no shade towards you, girl. I'm just saying, because I know that you love to fight, you love to be out there going grr, 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 and this and that, and it's just not really good, you know? And also, I'm afraid that the man is going to be doing the same thing to you as well, so I mean, why on earth should you even be wasting your damn energy fighting with another man when you get another man, than actually spending your time with your kids and be a single mom, you know? And also, Cardi don't even need a man anyways. I mean, she's a millionaire anyways, and she got a successful career, so hey. But anyways, on to the next topic. Now let's talk about a school shooting that happened yesterday in Wisconsin. So, terrified students at the Wisconsin school where 15-year-old Natalie Rupp now opened fire are now speaking out, recalling the fear they felt as the tragic event unfolded. Alright, so there's a video that shows one little boy bravely told CNN several people started crying during the chaos at Abundant Life Christian School in Madison, Wisconsin on Monday, as they had to wait for the police to arrive before being escorted out of the school to the church. So heartbreakingly, the boy added that he was super scared and just wanted to know why the shooter did what she did. So, one little girl also shared her experience recalling how she saw an injured teacher screaming for help, which made her really scared and really sad. No child should ever have to endure such terror, and the situation hit even harder, knowing that it was a brave second grader who dialed 911 around 11 in the morning Monday to report the school shooting. Okay, so the shooter, identified as a pupil at the school, killed a teen student and a teacher, leaving 6 others injured, 2 in critical condition. Alright, so according to police, she died from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. Detectives are investigating what motivated Rupp now to carry out the horrific attack. Okay, so this is really sad and this is really scary. I cannot believe that this is still going on, ladies and gentlemen. I believe that we as a society should be in peace already. We as a planet, we should be in peace already. All of this violence needs to stop, especially when it comes to shootings in schools like these. Jesus, a school is supposed to be a place where all students feel safe and where students are getting their education, and that's it. It's not supposed to be a place where students are supposed to be scared and where they are getting their lives taken away at all. And let's also remember that, you know, it's a situation like this where we need to talk about mental health. We need to talk about the mental behind why the student ended up getting a gun to shoot all of these students, or most of the students. Like, literally, because I believe that the mentality of it all is what has a lot to do with the fact that this student went off and shot a bunch of the students over at the school, because I can already imagine that this person that got to shoot all of these students might have been somebody that was mentally ill, or maybe it was somebody that was going through depression, or maybe somebody that was going through a huge weird episode in their brain that caused them to do what they did at that school, which to me is so freaking scary, and it's so freaking, oh my goodness, sickening. I just don't even want to imagine the moment that this person went into the school to shoot all of these innocent kids that were basically there just to mind their own damn business, learning, and that was it. And I can't even imagine nor want to imagine just how these students felt just having to see this student or this person with a gun in their hand while they were at school, because of the fact that it must be so mortifying. It must be so traumatizing just having to see that, and just having to have at least 1 or 2 seconds to escape or to hide somewhere before your life gets taken away. It's that situation that they were going through. It was like a fight or flight situation for these students, and honestly, I just can't imagine how sad and how traumatized and how heartbroken these parents feel of these students, especially the students that got to be dead, that got to be injured from the shooter. Oh my Lord. I honestly, yes, think that it was a very clever idea for the authorities to, get rid of the life of the shooter, because, the shooter would have done more if the shooter would have not been shot at all. But the thing is that by the time the shooter got shot, it was already too late. The students already got shot, the students already got injured, or they already are dead already, and it's, so freaking insane, man. And unfortunately, we're going to be seeing more and more cases like this as the months go by, as the years go by, unfortunately. And, what's even more sad is that we can't learn from all of these shootings that happened in the previous months and the previous years, because unfortunately, stuff like this still happens, But anyways, this really calls for a lot of gun control, and this really calls for a lot of parents, especially, to wake up and look out for their damn kids that are doing whatever they're doing, so that way situations like this can be prevented. Ladies and gentlemen, okay? But my prayers go out to all of the students that are the victims of this shooting that happened over at the school in Wisconsin, and my prayers go out to the parents, especially, of the victims, and of course to the teachers. All right, now on to the next topic. Now let's talk about Chris Zelka. So Chris Zelka, the actor slash model who was engaged to Paris Hilton, has turned himself into cops in Ohio after allegedly fighting off officers last week who attempted to arrest him. Okay, so a clerk at the Warren Municipal Court in Ohio tells TMZ Zelka surrendered Monday and was charged with 2 felonies, assault for elbowing an officer and attempting to commit an offense by trying to break into a vehicle, plus 3 misdemeanors, including disorderly conduct, resisting arrest, and aggravated menacing. So as TMZ reported last week, police responded to a report of a man dressed in pajama pants trying to get into a woman's car in a busy intersection in Warren, Ohio. Even though it was about 32 degrees outside, the suspect was not wearing shoes or a shirt. Okay, so 2 detectives arrived on scene and found the suspect, later identified as Zelka, foaming at the mouth and apparently under the influence of drugs. When they attempted to arrest Zelka, he allegedly resisted. Body cam appeared to capture him rolling around on the ground with one of the cops and exchanging blows. Okay, so the other detective fired his taser, but struck his partner instead, and it took a third detective to finally get Zelka in handcuffs. Okay, so the body cam showed officers and paramedics holding him down, strapping him to a gurney and trying to get him into an ambulance as he violently resists. Police said paramedics administered ketamine in order to calm him down. Alright, so prosecutors said Zelka was taken to a local hospital and was put on a police hold, which means that hospital staff kept a watch over him and was to notify cops if there was any funny business. Okay, so this is really, really ridiculous. I believe that Zelka is nothing but a freaking psycho here, because Zelka really is that kind of guy that wants to be hitting people and that wants to be hitting officers and that wants to get in trouble with the freaking law. And I mean, he's that crazy to the point that he really needs a bunch of help from a mental facility, as far as what I am knowing here. And I am so glad that Paris Hilton is no longer with this guy, because if Paris Hilton were to continue off with this guy, trust me, Paris Hilton would have gotten abused by now. She would have gotten immensely abused by just knowing how much of a psychomaniac this guy is. And you know what's even funny is that this guy hasn't lasted at all with any of the girls that he's been with, because he didn't last at all with Paris Hilton at all. He only lasted with her for like maybe a few months, and then he only lasted with Lucy Hale before that, only for a few months as well. So there's also that. And it's so freaking scary too, by the way, just having to know that this guy, even though he's really handsome and even though he is a model and an actor, yet again, in his own freaking heart, he is actually a very evil person, and he's very crazy, and he's basically not what people are expecting him to be. You know, I mean, you can look really beautiful from the outside, but I mean, from the inside, it's a whole different story at times. And with this guy, Zelka, that's the freaking case. So anyways, I really am, hopeful that this guy gets to be getting his shit together after all, because, I mean, at the end of the day, if this guy is not going to get his own shit together, then I'm afraid that this guy's going to continue off in the freaking prison cell, and he's going to continue off being in the freaking mental facility hospital as well, if this guy really is willing to go to the mental facility hospital anyways. And then, things are just going to go all the way down south in the future for this poor guy, that he's not going to get any more opportunities in the acting business. He's not going to get more opportunities in the modeling business, because ain't nobody want to be hiring a freaking felon, especially somebody that is so freaking crazy like this guy. So yeah, I think that this guy really needs a lot of help, and this guy really needs to get his own freaking shit together at the end of the day. And that is all I have to say about this. All right, now on to the next topic. Now let's talk about Chance the Rapper. So Chance the Rapper's wife is officially cutting the cord when it comes to their marriage, because she filed for divorce. Alright, so Chance's wife, Kirsten Corley, beelined it to court Friday and filed for divorce after 5 years of marriage, according to online records. So, this estranged couple previously announced their separation back in April when they planned to get divorced, and now Kirsten appears to have made the first move. Divorce talks are not yet available, so TMZ doesn't know what Kirsten is seeking in terms of spousal or child support, but the estranged couple has 2 minor children together, daughters Kensley and Marley. Okay, so worth noting, when they announced their separation, Chance and Kirsten said they plan to raise their daughters together, and Chance and Kirsten tied the knot in 2019 at the Pelican Hill Resort in Newport Beach, California, with a star-studded guest list, including the likes of Kim Kardashian, Kanye West, and Dave Chappelle. So they first started dating way back in September of 2013, and Chance often made the relationship a key part of his lyrics and musical content. Okay, so this is really sad that now they are going their separate ways because they made such a really cute couple, and they have 2 beautiful daughters together. I feel like these 2 beautiful daughters that they have together, they're going to be suffering by just noticing that their parents are divorcing. Because, I mean, I understand that they are planning on raising their children together, but it's not going to be the same anymore because they're not going to be living in the same household, I'm pretty sure. They're not going to be together 24/7 like they used to be. So it's going to be a whole different vibe for these poor girls. And also, I just can already imagine as to why these 2 ended up divorcing after are already divorcing, because I believe that these 2 maybe found something really weird and something very fishy in between the both of them that made them get this choice into divorcing because, things happen, I mean, maybe Chance ended up, I don't know, finding another woman somewhere else, or maybe Chance, I don't know, ended up finding that his wife Kirsten is maybe somebody that was just not really for him after all, or maybe Kirsten is finding another man somewhere else, or maybe Kirsten is also, not finding a lot of goodness in Chance maybe, or I don't know, maybe the both of them just feel too exhausted with their own marriage because they've been fighting too much about a bunch of stuff, or I don't know, it could be anything as to why this divorcing situation is now happening. Because, I mean, a divorce isn't just a divorce. It's actually some decision that a couple makes in order to, go their separate ways because they no longer want to have anything to do with each other. And of course, that's the case with Chance and Kirsten. And I can believe that these 2 are not going to be finding each other a new love in their lives once this divorce gets to be finalized, because if there's one thing that these 2 want is for their kids to be noticing that they are still together in a way and that they're not seeking other people, so that way their 2 daughters won't be suffering at all. But the thing is, like I said, even though they're going to be raising their children together, it's not going to be the same anymore because they're still going to be separated. They're going to be in 2 different houses, in 2 different locations. So anyways, I'm just hoping things work out. I'm just hoping things work out with the kids. And I really feel bad for them. And 5 years of marriage was just not a lot for the both of them, honestly. 5 years of marriage to me was just nothing, To me, it would have been a lifetime. It would have been something that these 2 would have enjoyed longer than 5 years, and it just didn't come out the way it was supposed to come out. And oh well, life takes different turns in a mysterious way. Life takes different turns in a mysterious way, and that's all I have to say about this. All right, now that is it for today's show, ladies and gentlemen. I really hope you guys enjoyed today's lovely episode of The Jose Show. Till next time, and peace.